Neil, a twist in sort of the dynamic of the GOP primary. Tell us what Mitt Romney's new tactics are.
Well, I mean, Mitt Romney is at this point really looking to, I think, start to seal this up today. It depends on how well things turn out for him in Chicago and the surrounding suburbs. But, you know, we've had this fun, for some, grueling, weird, dramatic race that's going on now for several months. And I think the suspense may start to seep out of this a bit today if Romney racks up a pretty convincing win, which is the polls are suggesting that he may well do that. And what we saw yesterday in Chicago, you know, he gave this economic speech, and it was itself a sign that he's starting to turn back again towards looking at Obama as his main rival and really trying to make this more, once again, because he's done it before, a general election campaign and not a primary campaign.
How about the economy? It sounds like he's shifting a little bit of his focus onto gas prices. How is the economy weighing in terms of all of the issues that he and others will focus on going forward right now?
You know, well, Romney came into this from the very start as the economy guy, Mr. Fix-It. I've, you know, spent all these years in the private sector. I know how to create jobs. Barack Obama doesn't. And, you know, in the last few months, he's watched as the unemployment rate has begun to tick down and the economic picture has begun to improve, and that's in turn helped Obama's numbers somewhat. And now the most threatening thing on the horizon for Obama is clearly gas prices, which could damage not only people's sense of him and their pocketbooks, but also, of course, the economic growth. So, you know, Romney has seized on that, so have some of the others, as a weakness for Obama. And in some ways it represents sort of a weakness in Romney's own campaign, because if gas prices were to improve and the economy were to continue to motor along and show signs of improvement, his own campaign would really show some signs of weakness.
Yeah, and, you know, Rick Santorum has basically come out and said, you know, I don't care about the unemployment rate. Is this really a de facto non-issue for you know, the GOP candidates?
Well, I mean, it's very, very much of an issue for Mitt Romney, and actually the Romney campaign went after Santorum immediately on that line and was presenting it sort of as Santorum's equivalent of, you know, Romney having said that he didn't care about the very poor. You know, for Santorum, he's very much the issues guy, I mean, the social issues person. He's hammered away much more on that side. I don't think he really was arguing literally that he didn't care about what the unemployment rate was, but he was making the point that that wasn't the only measure of Obama's performance, and it was not the measure that he was going to use to judge the Obama presidency by.
Neil, do upcoming states favor Romney in the elections coming up?
Well, the one thing that's very big about today, not only are there a lot of delegates at stake, 54, one of the biggest hauls that we've seen so far this year, but this is really one of the last chances that, going into April anyway, that Santorum has to show that Romney is truly vulnerable. The next race is going early next month, or DC and Maryland, very friendly territory for Romney. It's basically certain that Romney will win in Washington and very likely in Maryland. And then the whole rest of the month basically is Romney territory. A lot of states up and down the I-95 corridor, Connecticut, Delaware, places like that. And it's hard to see how Santorum will get a big jolt out of next month. And the tipping point could well come in the next few weeks if he doesn't manage to do well today.